I have something in my eye and it hurts so bad. Before I start off this look, I went ahead and did my base as well as my brows. Normally when I do a colorful look like this, I will do my brows first, the eyes, and then my base. But because I'm on camera and this is my first video, I don't want to get barefaced just yet. So I went ahead and did my base already and the brows. So this first thing that I want to do before I start a colorful look is to use a base. Getting a really sticky base to set everything in place is gonna be amazing, and I wish I could rhyme like all the time. Anyway, so the base that I'm gonna use today is the Plouise base. It is amazing, and this is in Rumor 0, so it's basically like all white. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set a little bit like on my hand here. That way I have some product to dip back into because we are gonna need some later. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this on all over. You wanna make sure that you're getting like inside this area here where the eye and the nose meet, because we are going to be putting some product there. You also want to add some base just like a little bit further out than your lid, like sort of in this space over here, like outside the brow area, because although we're not going to have like a lot of product here, we are going to sort of blend and fade shadow into skin here. So we want to make sure that we have a base down for that. So with a colorful look like this, you want to start with the darkest shade first. And I know that sounds like really crazy because I always grew up thinking that you needed to start with your transition shade and then work into the rest of your look. And sometimes that's true. It depends on the makeup look that you're going for. But in this case, because all of the colors are gonna be so bright and vivid, we wanna make sure that we do the darkest color first. That way it's easier to build up your transition instead of trying to start from the mid-tone first. Otherwise, if you do that, all of the colors are just gonna get really muddy. So let's start with the darkest one first. So I'm gonna go into my BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette. She's very old and very well loved, but they still sell it, so you can totally go for it and grab it. Like, as you can see, some of my colors are like hit the pan, and anyway, I just love this baby. She was my first rainbow palette. And I still use her. So I'm just gonna go in with a tight brush. This brush is from Morphe. It's not labeled, so I'm not sure where I got it from. I know it was in a collection, but anyway, it's just a tight little brush like this. Like, it doesn't have to be anything super fancy unless you're just bougie. Okay, so now I'm going in with this dark blue shade here. It doesn't have a shade name, so I'm sorry, but it's the second one from the second to last row. And I'm applying this on the outer corner. So right now it's going to look messy, don't worry. But I'm gonna face right on the camera for a second so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So when I check to see where I should place this color, when I look straight on, I want to make sure that a little bit of this dark blue is peeking above my natural lid. And this is going to matter later when we do the cut crease. Sorry if I'm like staring at you so intensely. I just want you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so after evaluating it, I think I want to bring it up just a little bit higher. I feel like it's just a little bit too short here. And I want to build a shape that sort of transitions upward. So now I'm gonna take like a bigger, fluffier sort of brush. This one is from Real Techniques. And I don't know if you can kind of see, but it's just a big fluffy brush. The bristles are a little bit more dense. They're not like super fluffy, but it is bigger and fluffier than a packing brush. So it'll give me a little bit more of that blend that we want. So now I'm gonna go in with the color above it from this second to last row here. I'm gonna dip into this shade and blend. So you always want to make sure that you tap off the excess. I think everyone knows that by now, but just in case you don't, please do that. Otherwise you're going to overload the eye with product and you're not going to be able to blend very well. So I'm going to tap it like a million times and then just go right on in. So I want you to note that when I'm blending, I actually use half of the brush above the color and below it. That way I really get that nice blend. And as I start to work my way up, I will intentionally use even less pressure. So I'll have a light to medium pressure here. And then as I work up closer to the brow, I'll lighten my pressure until I'm almost not touching the skin anymore. So now I look less crazy compared to this side, right? Like it's actually going somewhere, I promise. So the next step in this look is going to be the cut crease. Now for a cut crease look, it's usually better to go ahead and like remove some of the eyeshadow that's on there that you don't want to keep. That way when you reapply the base, it's not going to get muddy or pick up any of the eyeshadow colors or just generally skip and not blend and all of that stuff. So I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe. This is the Neutrogena makeup remover, just like the most iconic makeup remover ever. And I've kind of wrapped it around my finger here like this. And I'm going to go in and remove just the inner part of my eye makeup. Now that we've wiped off that extra product that we're not even gonna use, now is when I'm gonna go in with that base and truly cut it. So, a tip that I learned about cutting your crease is applying sticky base on your eye, the lid, and then look up. And where you see that product move is where you want to apply your base. And now that I've seen the highest point of where my lid touches, I'm going to work that back down into my inner corner. I'm just going to use any leftover product that's on my brush and work it in on the lid to build a more solid white base. And then as I transition to the outer part of my eye, I'm just going to not add any more product, but sort of apply it to the lid. And I'm gonna take my finger and tap it out. After we've cut the crease, we're going to add our lid color. I am super excited to do this. So I'm going to use a small packing brush, a medium size sort of, and it's this one. She is from BH Cosmetics, number 103. My first brush with the number, I believe. And I'm going to dip into like the final remaining bits of this shimmery aqua blue color right here. So I'm gonna take it for all it's worth and just start applying it to the lid. I'm gonna go in with the one above it. So this was that like shimmery aqua. I'm just gonna go right here with this other blue. It's the same aqua, but it's matte. And I'm gonna put that on the outer portion of my lid. That way we get a transition between that dark color and this bright one that we just added. I'm going back in with that blue color, tapping off the excess. Remember to do that. And I'm slowly building that color up. And then I'm going back in with that fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I'm using that same transition shade that we used before, that like darker aqua color. Should I just leave it like this? I want to top this with a little bit of that like highlightery white color here, and just apply it over this. And then I'm gonna tuck it right in between here underneath my brow. Now is the time that we need to clean all of this up and make it look better. So what I'm going to do is take my foundation and that little flat brush again. I am just gonna like wipe off the rest of the base. Okay, so now with a cleaner version of that flat brush, I'm going to dip into my foundation. I am the shade Y215 in the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. I have withered it down, so I'm just gonna go in. On the outside, I just go back and add some more product to get my beauty blender. For the under eye, I'm taking this dark blue here, same one we've been using, and just going right in, almost to the inner corner, but then stopping. And I just want to make sure I'm connecting this portion. I don't want to blow it out like we have been doing, but I do just want to get them to kiss, you see? And I just have to make like the stupidest face to do this. So, sorry, I'm like, now I'm using that dark aqua and my big fluffy brush. And I'm almost like looking down while I do this, so I don't get the product like all everywhere where I don't want it. All right, time to put on mascara and lashes. This mascara face though. Now, I did get some heat on Instagram a while ago because in one of the photos I posted, I'll try to pop it up here if I'm good at editing. My eyelash is falling off. And an explanation behind that was basically it was like a 4-hour makeup and we were just really tired, and me and the photographer were just snapping through the photos just to get it done so we could get out of there because it had been a long day of shooting, mostly prep. But anyway, we didn't catch that my lash was coming off, but I still really liked the makeup and I wanted to promote it. So when I did get some heat from not having that lash on, I like really got upset for a while, and then I just realized that, you know what, like I knew it was off, I decided to post it anyway, I got heat for it, and we can just only get better. So that's what I'm gonna try to do in life in general, is just try to be better. So take it from me that people make mistakes, even if they are like good or a professional like I am. And yeah, don't make the same mistake, okay? Like make sure your eyelashes are glued before you take a picture. Okay, this is the look. All right, you guys, that is it for this video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. Give me your opinions for other videos that you would like to see. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Vogue. If you would like to continue to support me, please leave a follow. Leave a follow. I'm really excited because this is my first video on YouTube. So if you would like to support me and follow me on this amazing journey, then go ahead and do so.